After bureaucrat BK Bansal's suicide note accused investigative agency of harassment and torture, the CBI has issued a statement saying it is examining the matter and has decided to probe the allegations. The CBI added that if any violation is established during the probe, strict action will be taken against the CBI officials concerned. Let's get to word from our Deputy Editor Atir Khan, who's with us live this evening. Atir, of course, the CBI also having to answer questions of credibility, considering that the accusations have also been levelled against the same agency.
Well, absolutely, Simi. There's no doubt about it. But now, since the police has put the onus on CBI, since the death wish said that CBI director should probe the allegations, there are several questions which still remain unanswered. Why was there no inquiry at the time of allegations of torture when Bansal's wife and daughter had committed suicide? Will CBI be able to carry out an independent inquiry into this matter? Will it register a separate case and look into the allegations separately, or will it merely remain an eyewash? There are other questions also. Why his family, daughter and his wife was targeted for his acts as per the suicide note? So there are many such questions which needs to be answered. It can only be hoped that the CBI is going to carry out a good job out of it. They will conduct an independent inquiry, and if the allegations are found to be true, strictest action will be taken against those who have been named in the suicide notes.
Atir, thanks so much for those details. We're going to keep coming back to you for more developments. Time now for our reporter special 7 at 7.
The 19th SAARC Summit has been called off. Islamabad has just announced that after India, Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Bhutan opted out of attending the SAARC Summit in Islamabad because of terror emanating from Pakistan, the SAARC Summit has been called off. These countries of the region opted out of the SAARC Summit, complaining about Pakistan-sponsored terror in the region and Pakistan interfering in internal affairs in Afghanistan, in India and in Bangladesh. This is a huge diplomatic snub to a state sponsor of terror.
4 diplomatic blows, one after the other, in a space of 12 hours for a terror-sponsor state. 4 of the 8 SAARC members pulling out of the regional body summit scheduled for November in Pakistan.
We see spectacular progress, but also unprecedented human suffering.
दुनिया में ऐसे देश हैं जो बोते भी हैं तो आतंकवाद, उगाते भी हैं तो आतंकवाद, बेचते भी हैं तो आतंकवाद और निर्यात भी करते हैं तो आतंकवाद. आतंकवादियों को पालना कुछ देशों का शौक बन गया है.
After the fireworks at the United Nations General Assembly, India is using its diplomatic machinery to isolate Pakistan in the South Asian region. First, the announcement that Prime Minister Modi will not be attending the SAARC meet. A direct snub to Pakistan, which denied any culpability in the Uri attack which left 19 soldiers dead. And India's boycott call is being echoed by 3 other SAARC countries: Afghanistan, Bhutan and Bangladesh, all pulling out of the summit in a span of 12 hours. Sources say SAARC has been officially cancelled, courtesy Pakistan. The 4 nations pulling out of SAARC have promoted the chair Nepal to scrap the summit off.
After the Uri incident, the situation as it prevails in South Asia today is, we believe, is not conducive towards holding a SAARC summit and towards producing any concrete results. So we have decided that we cannot attend SAARC summit under the present circumstances.
Meanwhile, Pakistani High Commissioner to India Abdul Basit, summoned by Foreign Secretary Jaishankar, who presented him with clinching proof against Pakistan. But the Pak envoy accused India of orchestrating the Uri attack with the intention to malign Pakistan's image. Bureau Report, India Today.
A very baffled Pakistan has gone from denial to threatening. One after the other, Pakistan ministers are openly threatening India of a nuclear war. But there seems to be no takers of Pakistan's nuclear blackmail. The United States has said that Pakistan's own nuclear history is entangled in tensions. Take a look at this report.
These same words reiterated by Pakistan's former president and the brain behind Kargil, General Pervez Musharraf.
No, Pakistan is not rattled. They are prepared to retaliate. I mean, what is the issue of being rattled? Why would Pakistan not select another target at time and place of its choosing and hit there? Then what will you do? You will do something else. And then what will Pakistan do? We will also do something else. That is how the escalation will go on. And we will end up having a war.
A world shocked by the statements is already reacting. US terming India a responsible nuclear state and criticizing Pakistan for its checkered nuclear history. With the Modi government clear on the war being economic and diplomatic, Pakistan's call for military war is only proof of its nervousness. Bureau Report, India Today.
Film distributors in Pakistan have decided not to release Mahendra Singh Dhoni's biopic. In India, several Pakistani artists are also facing some tough measures, with the Maharashtra Navnirman Sena now insisting they will not permit Shah Rukh Khan's starrer Raees to be released. There's also trouble over Karan Johar's Ae Dil Hai Mushkil. Apart from that, some other Pakistani artists are also facing trouble in Bengaluru.
As the diplomatic war rages between India and Pakistan, it's artists from across the border who are facing the brunt of the animosity. And in turn, Indian filmmakers. Karan Johar's much-awaited release, Ae Dil Hai Mushkil, a film that stars Pakistani actor Fawad Khan, has been targeted by the MNS. So also the film Raees, produced by Shah Rukh Khan's Red Chillies company that features Pakistani actor Mahira Khan.
We are very happy to say that people have been very supportive. What is really required today is cultural isolation, and people have to understand, the Pakistani artists have to understand that they are not welcome over here.
So most of the Pakistani actors have gone back home, but that has not satisfied the MNS. It has now written a letter to Red Chillies warning against the release of Raees. Not everyone in Bollywood is happy with the MNS's bullying tactics. The MNS effect is spreading. Now the Vishwa Hindu Parishad has cancelled Pakistan singer Shafqat Amanat Ali Khan's concert in Bengaluru, calling it an insult to Indian martyrs. Across the border there is retaliation. MS Dhoni's biopic will also not be released in Pakistan. Clearly, Indo-Pak relations are not restricted to the LOC or diplomacy. Cultural isolation appears to be the new arena of war. Bureau Report, India Today.
It is one of the biggest efforts launched by the BJP to woo the Muslim voters in the country, and this goes under the name of Progressive Panchayat. Beginning tomorrow, the central government is launching a special drive in the Muslim-dominated parts of the country, and this comes just days after the Prime Minister calls for minority empowerment in the country.
मुसलमानों को न वोट की मंडी का माल और न ही कोई घृणा की वस्तु समझे, उसे अपना समझे.
This was Prime Minister at a recent rally in Kerala. Just days later, the Prime Minister has announced that the BJP will hold progress panchayats in Muslim areas as part of the government's inclusive politics. The opposition, of course, says it's the polling booths that the BJP is targeting.
पंचायत करने का मकसद क्या है? वोट बैंक की राजनीति. उत्तर प्रदेश का चुनाव सामने है, लेकिन मैं आपको ये कहना चाहता हूं, क्या सरकार ने आरएसएस से पूछ लिया इस प्रोग्राम को करने से पहले?
वो भारत के उसी तरह से नागरिक हैं जैसे और हैं, इसलिए सामान आचार संहिता उन पे थोपना बंद करो. तो मुस्लिम जो इश्यूज हैं उनको एड्रेस करने के लिए जरूरत है कि उनके दिलों को छुआ जाए, ना कि पंचायत की जाए.
BJP's Muslim leader, Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, has been tasked with organizing these panchayats. And he says it's got nothing to do with the vote bank.
हमें जो है वो हर गरीब, हर कमज़ोर तबका, हर पिछड़ा, उसकी आंखों में खुशी और उसकी ज़िंदगी में खुशहाली आए, ये हमेशा हमारा संकल्प रहा है. और उसी संकल्प को लेकर के मोदी जी की सरकार, उसके हर विभाग ये काम कर रहे हैं.
The opposition's claim that the Modi government has ignored Muslims in its development plans is contested by BJP leaders.
देखिए ये बहुत सुंदर इनिशिएटिव है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सोच है, जनसंघ की सोच है, वो ये है कि मुसलमानों को कोई स्पेशल स्टेटस नहीं और कोई उनको खराब स्टेटस नहीं, हमारे अपने हमारे जैसे हैं।
The first of the Panchayat begins in Mewat, Haryana on Thursday. BJP is planning these meetings across the country. With Rajesh Pandey, Bureau Report, India Today.
First Bangalore and now Hyderabad. The Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation is on a demolition drive. Shaken by last week's flood, the authorities are identifying and demolishing all those illegal structures made over lake beds as well as stormwater drainage. See this report.
हम मर भी गए परवाह नहीं, हम यहाँ से घर खाली नहीं करते।
A week ago, Hyderabad witnessed a flood fury it had never seen before. Submerged roads, water in houses and schools. Life came to a standstill. The city choked. Why? Because of the illegal encroachments on stormwater drains. With the Met Department predicting a heavy spell over the next week, civic authorities are in an overdrive, demolishing all illegal structures over stormwater drains. Walls, buildings, sheds, all coming down, one after the other, razed to the floor. Over 250 illegal structures demolished, and the drive is underway in Amirpet, Nizampet, Malkajgiri, Chandnagar, Kukatpalli, Indranagar and the posh Banjara Hills. Locals shocked as they lose everything built with hard-earned money. The lower and middle class hit by the demolition drive. The state government claims that demolition is need of the hour. But the question to be asked is, why did the authorities take years to wake up to this civic mess? With Ashish in Hyderabad, Bureau Report, India Today.
The BCCI is in a big trouble. The Supreme Court appointed Lodha panel submitted its report to the Apex Court and said that BCCI is stalling all the attempts to reform itself from within. The Apex Court appointed panel has also recommended that the entire top brass of the BCCI should be ousted, and in the interim, to facilitate reform, a panel should be set up by the Supreme Court itself.
The BCCI has been adamant on stalling Lodha panel reforms. And now the panel led by the Supreme Court has come down hard on the Indian Cricket Board. In a stinging report, the panel asked for the entire top brass of the Cricket Board to be sacked. This for ignoring the recommendations put forward by the Supreme Court appointed panel. Even the Apex Court itself was damning in its criticism of the BCCI's attitude. The Supreme Court said that the board thinks it's a law to itself and will go to any extent to defy orders. The Apex Court called the board's tactics and conduct in poor taste. Meanwhile, state associations have decided to take a wait-and-watch approach.
We want some guidance from them, because in Supreme Court judgment categorically mentioned that whatever decision which we are taking will not affect the state associations and their constitution.
So what will the BCCI do? Will the board keep defying the recommendations the way they have been so far? Or will they finally fall in line? The court for now has directed BCCI to respond to allegations of the Lodha committee. But it is clear the board has its own strategy in place and is willfully defying all orders. With Anusha Soni in Delhi, Sports Bureau, India Today.
Well, happy 34th birthday to Ranbir Kapoor. I'm going to give you the top 5 lesser known facts about Ranbir, courtesy my many conversations with the actor over the years. Well, first, Ranbir is seriously insecure about his film career. He believes that one day he's going to wake up and he's going to be out of work. He's going to be kicked out of the industry. He's going to lose his fans. He's going to lose all the good projects. Secondly, Ranbir Kapoor is petrified of his father, Rishi Kapoor. So much so that he can't look into his eyes while talking to his own father. Thirdly, despite his playboy image, Ranbir is not a commitment phobe. He's told me that he wants to settle down, he wants to have kids, he wants to get married, but just because of his Bachna Hai Hasino, the film that he did, that tag got attached to him. At number 4, there's no beef between Salman Khan and Ranbir Kapoor. I asked Ranbir whether there was any tension between Salman and Ranbir because he was dating Salman's ex-girlfriend Katrina at the time, and you remember those holiday pictures, those bikini pictures with Katrina and Ranbir came out, but Ranbir told me that Salman is an absolutely secure individual. Lastly, he might have delivered a lot of flop films, but Ranbir is one actor who goes after scripts. In fact, he literally called up Anurag Kashyap to cast him in Bombay Velvet. Can you believe it? Fantastic actor. Wish you all the very best with your Bollywood career. Looking forward to Ae Dil Hai Mushkil and much more from you. Happy birthday.